Thanks to the Swissnex Japan for organizing this webinar and for this very nice collaboration. And thanks to you from the audience for being here. We are sure that this collaboration is a great chance, a great opportunity for us and for our stakeholders. And we hope that we can give you some inspiration and some motivation. Movetia is the national agency for exchange and mobility. We're supporting, promoting, and funding exchange and mobility programs within Europe, but also out of Europe. And that's exactly where our collaboration starts, because we're completely aware that for stakeholders in Switzerland, it's much more complicated to realize projects or to work together with partners out of Europe, overseas. And there, Swissnex can be a great partner. They can support you, they can help you, they have the network, they know the locations, the conditions, and we hope that this collaboration can help you to set up projects. As the national agency, we have the mandate and the budget from the federal and the cantonal authorities. And then we do the information work, we do the promotion and the funding for exchange mobility programs. We work together with the institutions and we cover all the education sectors. That means we work with the higher education institutions, but also with institutions from vocational education and training, school education, adult education, but also youth work out of school. And in principle, we cover two funding lines. We have the learning mobility. That's the well-known student semester abroad or traineeship in another country or job shadowing, things like this. But we also have the institutional cooperation. And that's a field with a lot of potential, we have the feeling, especially for the vocational education and training. We see a lot of work there. What is it about? It's about collaboration among organizations and institutions. They build up a network, it can be 2 or more partners. They work together on a common topic. They develop something, and it's always about strengthening and developing the quality of the education system. And how does it work in detail? First, you have to get in touch with a partner. And there already the work of Swissnex can start, because it's sometimes you have an idea or you would like to work on a project, but you can't find the right partner. And then Swissnex can do some matchmaking, then they can give you some advice, they can give you some contacts. And if you're working on a common project idea, then it's important that you check it with Movetia, that you, if you're not familiar yet with the Movetia program, that you check where in which program you would hand in the project, what's the funding criteria, because it's a pity if you're working on something and then in the end we can't support it because it's just out of our programs. And then in the end, another important point, it's always the Swiss partner who will hand in the application. But of course, it's us at Movetia who can support you. We give you some advice. You find some more information on our website, also the contacts from the different sectors. And we are always in very close collaboration with our colleagues from Swissnex in order to support you in the best way. And yes, the aim of these webinars, of these collaborations, as I said, it's really to give you some ideas. How could you work with Japanese partners or the other way around? Where are the nice or interesting topics where it's some potential? And I'm very much looking forward and curious about the next presentations, and hope we can give you some inspiration, and looking forward to some nice projects in the coming years. Thank you.
Hey, thank you very much, Monica. So now let's talk about Swissnex. So now Felix Moesner, Consul of Switzerland in Osaka, CEO of Swissnex in Japan, will give a brief talk about Swissnex and its activity. So Felix, floor is yours.
Thank you very much. Hopefully everyone can hear me. So a big, just a second, no, I lost my slides. Yeah, here they are. Good morning to Switzerland. Good afternoon here in Japan. As Minami kindly introduced, the Felix Moesner, the CEO of Swissnex in Japan. And I would like to give a brief update what we are doing here at Swissnex in Japan. So with this, I would like to jump into, so we are the first science consulate in Japan. So we just opened 22 months ago. So I would like to show a little bit the connections also worldwide with our colleagues in other countries. So this is a map. It looks like a heat map. So these are the areas which are extremely active in the science field. And not surprisingly, also the Swiss nexus are exactly located in these very active regions around the world. Yes, and we in Osaka here, we are the Swissnex in Japan that has been added to the six ones here as the youngest Swissnex in this network. Yeah, so what do we do at Swissnex? So as briefly also Monica from Movetia introduced, so we are here really to connect, and I would like to show this with a few examples. So we work in the field of startups in academic relations and creative industries, with art, science. So we do trend scouting, we have residencies, work with startup camps, and basically really help with visibility, connecting really the networks, talents, and ideas in a nutshell. Yeah, and so our focus areas are for Japan are the three. So we focus on startups, on aging, because there's a lot to learn from each other, and sustainability. So these are the three areas. And activities, as you can see here from the figures, we are extremely active. So only last year we had 91 events and delegations, so with more than 4,000 participants. We also supported 63 startups alone in 1 year at 5 major events. And I would like to show a few more elements here. So you see from the top left to the bottom right, the founding, when we were announced, the groundbreaking, also when we opened Swissnex here, but also a few elements like the big picture in the middle, where you see a lot of alumni meeting together. So it's a wide variation what you see here of our activities, and I would like to show a little bit more insights. So, needless to say, we couldn't do what we do without a strong network, and we have different dimensions. So, one dimension definitely is look into universities, building up strong links with universities here in the environment, and also link them back to universities in Switzerland. So, yeah, just a recent one, we were able to help to sign an agreement between the University of Bern and the Kansas Medical University. And also, almost in the same months, we had the university from Japan going to Switzerland, and they signed an agreement with the Bern Fachhochschule, so University of Applied Sciences. So quite active in this regard. So as mentioned here, these are some activities what you see. You also see on the picture Minami very active. That's her field. And as you can see, we do not shy away, also try to reach out. And we had one event with 400 students joining when we were in Nagaoka University, for example, of technology to give a speech. Yes, and as you have seen before on the picture, so we also reach out, and this is a very big alumni gathering. We also have alumni from all over Japan coming to Swissnex and to really build up a very strong, deep network. Also, network is key among companies, so we reach out to companies, and that's also interesting for the Movetia program because we build up a basis where, for example, interns could go. And so that's just a glimpse to some of the companies. And obviously, the companies are interesting to connect with startups. So we are extremely active to bring Swiss startups to Japan. So since our beginning, we already supported 150 startups to come to Japan. And 33, so these are the red ones here, are actually supported by InnoSwiss. So we have a mandate with InnoSwiss. And actually, it's not so easy to get into this level. And we are extremely happy already to be able to support 33 startups from the beginning. But needless to say, I want to give also some glimpse to the most important event now around the world. So it's the World Expo 2025. It's the biggest event that is taking place. So it's just taking place around the corner in Osaka. So that's the Swiss pavilion, what we have. And we supported from the beginning, from the groundbreaking until the roofing ceremony. So we really helped a lot in the process. And we are extremely happy that back in April, we could have the opening day of the Swiss Pavilion. And yeah, obviously we have to fill the Swiss Pavilion also with content. So we helped actually to make a big call back in Switzerland, and we gathered 200 projects, I mean, universities, startups, and many more who wanted to show their projects in the Swiss Pavilion. And so we actually scaled this down to 30 projects. And these are the areas what we will show the projects. So we started with augmented human, then we had life, and now in the middle, in the last phase, the last 2 months, we're in planet. So many projects that have to do with sustainability, environment, and climate and energy. So this is one of the samples where we show in the Swiss Pavilion. So we show how dramatically the glaciers are melting. Unfortunately, we also show how we can save coral reefs. Also, we show how we can capture CO2 in building materials. So there are many, many different forms that we want to show how to improve the world of tomorrow with smart innovations. Yeah, so please don't be afraid. Come if you have still not been to the Swiss Pavilion. You're very welcome. And obviously, as you see, you may also be lucky to meet with Heidi, our star at the Swiss Pavilion, our mascot. And needless to say, we just have been 2 days ago with the whole team visiting the Swiss Pavilion, and it was really a blast to be there. And so please come and also connect with us. So it would be a big honor and a pleasure to meet you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. So now I would like to give a floor to Chihiro Nakagawa from Osaka Metropolitan University, and we'll be talking about skill development in Japanese school education in preparation for post-graduation work. So Chihiro-san, are you talking?
Can you see this?
Not yet, maybe?
Not yet. Okay, I will wait.
Yes, here you go. We can see your slide and
Okay,
yourself.
thank you. Okay, so I would like to share the contents of English debate education in Japan. So I would like to talk about 3 issues. First, about the background of promoting impromptu English debate, that is the parliamentary debate. And second, the mechanism of impromptu English debate. And lastly, the AI debate system. So first of all, I would like to briefly talk about my self-introduction. So I got the PhD engineering from the University of Tokyo. And after that, I also continued the debating activity, and I found the Parliamentary Debate, the Personal Development Association, PDA. And then in 2021, I became the member of the Board of Education in Nakagawa City. And from last year, I was seconded to the Cabinet Office, the Government of Japan, as a Senior Science and Technology Policy Fellow. So here is my laboratory's picture, and my research main topic is first, the dynamic interaction between personal mobility vehicles and humans. Especially, my research theme is about the control of each mobilities. And also, we have the project of natural language processing and support system utilizing the debate spaces. So actually, I couldn't speak even for 1 minute in English at first. So when I was entering to the university, so I belongs to the English Speaking Society, that is ESS, and I studied the prepared type English debate. But what I did was just read aloud what I prepared. So I changed the debating format, that is about the impromptu English debate. So that is the parliamentary debate, and I began participating in the international tournament. And after that, I founded the University of Tokyo Debating Society, and we advanced to the ESL semifinals at the World University Debating Championship. So we got the University of Tokyo President Award. And because of this background, I became the PI of the Ministry of Education project. And in order to continue these projects, I established the PDA and promoted the class implementation and collaborated with the Board of Education and also conducted the teacher training. So the PDA's path so far is like this. Since 2016, we had the research project of the MEXT, and also we are supported by the KDDI Foundation and the Nippon Foundation to introduce these kind of impromptu English debates to the high school students and also the middle school students. So here is the photo of the teacher's training. We collaborated with the Kanagawa Prefectural Board of Education so that the teacher can officially attend this kind of training. So we introduced the PDA standardized format that can be introduced in the regular classroom, and also that can be used in the logic and expression class that is actually guided by the Ministry of Education. And also we set up the PDA certified educational judge system. So we had the several promotion activities for this English debate nationwide. We had the regional exchange tournament and teacher training, and we have introduced to more than 1,000 schools about this PDA debate. So the way we introduce this is the first we greet to each principals at the high school from Okinawa, from Hokkaido to Okinawa. So we had several years to actually went to many high schools, and after that, each principals forward the PDA debate to each English teachers. And if English teachers can understand this kind of activity, they actually introduce it into the classroom. So it took a long time, but actually we are supported by the principals and the teachers and Board of Education members. And also we are supported by MEXT or Nippon Foundation and KDDI Foundation and so on. So we really thank those people. So our debate is the debate as a liberal art useful in society. So usually the debate has the image that just fighting each other, or in the tournament, we want to win and so on. But our concept is that beyond the winning and losing, let us cultivate the abilities we should truly aim for. So the final goal of this debate is to respect every other person as a variable being, and engage in the debates while considering others. So this is the message from PDA debate. So what is debate? So in terms of the difference from discussion, so debate is to argue divided into proposition and the opposition. So we have the different perspective. So and also the personality and the opinions are kept separate. So it allows us to reflect on diverse ways of thinking and the values. So again, the purpose is not to defeat or crush the opponents. This is very important. And the feature of the parliamentary debate is short preparation time, only 15 minutes. And also that is a persuasion aims at the general audience. So each speaker needs to speak very in a way that the people can easily to understand. So this is the parliamentary debate format we proposed that can be done within 50 minutes, because usually the Japanese high school has the 15 minutes classroom time. So the classroom introduction kit is as following. So everything needed for class is included here. So the appeal of the parliamentary debate is like this 5 things. First, about the English ability, especially the speaking ability. And second, the logical thinking in order to persuade the judges. And third, the broad knowledge, because we can set up many types, the motion, the topics, we can have the broad knowledge. And the fourth, the presentation skills and also the communication skills. So this is a training to reflect on and emphasize with the others. And the rule is very simple. Even the elementary school kids can understand. So there is the government bench and then the opposition bench, and each speakers speak in order from this order. So the important thing is a system where everyone is assigned a role and must think actively. So nobody can sleep during the debate. This is a very important thing. And also we provide the speech sheet. If we put the argument in this box, the structure of the speech becomes very perfect. So this is very easy to understand. And also we have the flow sheet. So this is brainstorming sheet when we prepare, and this is a flow sheet. This flow sheet is the memo after the debate, and this is linked to the speech sheet so that the students can easily follow each argument. So this kind of structure is very important to make the very clear debate. And how to judge? This is very simple. The side that was more persuasive is deemed the winner. So one thing is that do not include your own personal opinions. Compare only what was stated in the round. This is a very important thing. And here is, sorry, this is in Japanese, but the actual contents of the next guideline of the logic and expression 1, 2, 3. So from the logic and expression 1, we set the one paragraph in English, and then after that we need to set up the more than one paragraph, and lastly we need to persuade the persuasive content is very necessary. So we can use the debate in this logic and expression classes. And this is a little bit academic point of view, and why the round format is important. This is because of the 4 elements of the game. One is goal, and second, rules, feedbacks, and fourth, the voluntary participation. About the goal, debate has the goal that is to win or lose. And also we have the clear rules. So the order of speaking or time and so on. And as for feedback, we have the judges. The judges explains the reason why a team won or lost. And lastly, about the voluntary participation. So since each participant is assigned a role, everyone is placed in an environment where they must actively engage. So this is very important to make the class very successful. So let me compare the style of debate. One is prepared type debate. This main goal is the proof. So the practice to search information and the evidence is important. So even though sometimes they lack the logic, but if there is evidence, that can be the proof. And mainly the students read aloud rather speaking. On the other hand, impromptu parliamentary debate focus on the persuasion. So we practice the persuasion, including the feelings of human. So no evidence, but we need the logic to persuade the student to the others, and speak, not read aloud. This is the difference between those two formats. So the mechanism of design of communication field is like this. This is a little bit academic point of view, but the goal is to design a system that is a mechanism for operating a communication space and to design a mechanism that creates a beneficial communication space as long as the rules are followed. So we have the design principles of communication field mechanism. That is the principle. So we cannot prove yet, but there is the principle. And under that, we have the mechanism of communication field that is about parliamentary debate, discussion, or brainstorming. There are many mechanisms. And under that, we have the design of communication field. That means that the more detailed thing on-the-spot adaptation of participants, like themes and locations. And under that, we have the emerging communication, that is a trajectory. That is the very communication that occurs in the field. For example, students are very motivated to speak out and so on. So this is the concept of the mechanism design of the communication field. So human has some skills and knowledge. And then if we put this kind of skill and knowledge to the mechanism, that is the constraints, that is the rules, and also we set the incentives, the goal. In case of debate, we have the winner and the loser. And if we set up this kind of mechanism, that we output is the new human skill and also new knowledge. And finally, we got the decision in the debate, and also we have the winners and so on. So this is the design. There are several design variables for communication field mechanism. So participants generate ideas and speak under the constraints to maximize their own gains or incentives. So this kind of way of thinking is important to make the successful debating communication. Yeah. Okay, so lastly, I would like to explain the AI debate system. We set up this AI debate system recently. We can select the topic, motion, and then human inputs the speech. And after that, it outputs the good point and improvement point, grammar, and model speech. And also, we can have the word list. And in case of the debating mode, the system automatically generates the rebuttals and the students practice countering them. So the reason why we prepared this AI debate system is that the Japanese teachers are so busy. So they have less room to study or learn the new things like debating. So some motivated teachers can introduce debating in the classroom, but others don't. So we need the new technology to support the students and the teachers. And each AI debate system gives the appropriate feedback to each student. So I think that we should use this kind of technology. And so this is the final slide. So we have the initiatives in the Nakagawa City. So in the Nakagawa City, the debate education conducted once a week for every student from 4th grade in elementary school to the 3rd grade in junior high school. This is in Japanese, but they have the debate class. So the reason why they set up this is to foster the ability to think. So like this, the debate education is done in Japanese society. Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so now I would like to give floor to Shimpeita Matsumoto from Dragon Recruitment Japan. So he will introduce about skill set requirements in high-tech sectors and its development in Japan.
Okay, thank you for introduction on myself, and thank you so much for inviting me to this conference. And I'll just put my slides. So just 1 second, please.
Okay, please take your time.
Okay.
I think you selected the wrong window on the share screen. Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
This one. Is now showing?
Now it's good.
Yeah.
Good. Okay.
Good.
So my name is Shimpeita, and I'm involving in recruitment for about 17 years in the APAC region. And I'd like to talk about advancing skills in high-tech industries in Japan and the professional qualifications and sector expertise in general. Firstly, there is many countries for students and engineers for moving, and why it's in Japan? There are a few reasons, but what do you think of Japan? If I said Japan, and what come across to your mind? Robots, anime, sushi, and let's see why it's exciting for moving to Japan. First, living with robots. Nowadays, hotels with robot staff and even AI guys at the airport. It's everyday life now. Second, anime meets technology. For example, AR Pokemon photos, Studio Ghibli in VR is very fine and not just cartoons at this moment. Third, future transportation. Maghreb trains at 500 km per hour is now on testing, and the current fastest train in Japan is about 300 km per hour. So it's a very much jump up, and in 5 years, maybe it's in the public. And also AI analyzing sushi orders to cut waste, and ramen robots serving bowls at this moment. I was in the restaurant these days, and many food chain restaurants are reducing the human, and instead of human waiters and waitress, robots are moving around the restaurant at this moment. And also, this is a very good positive news for if you are thinking about moving to Japan. Last month, Nikkei newspaper announced foreign labor up to 4 times in Miyazaki, Kumamoto, Kagoshima over 10 years. This Miyazaki, Kumamoto, Kagoshima is located in the south part of Japan. And I'm from Kumamoto, region called Kumamoto, and it's surrounded by volcanoes and hot springs, and many natures are there. And just for example, from 2 years ago, like embedded big company, Taiwanese company, TSMC has set up their big factory. And many of the students are coming from Taiwan and all the Asia to India to Pakistan. So there is a many big opportunity in the south part of Asia, and then also northern part of Japan called Hokkaido. And the young locals tend to live for cities, and so small towns need very much hand from overseas. And housing and language help training are coming in, but the only, I think, big issue is language. communication with the local people, because many locals, apart from Tokyo, is hardly ever talk to English. So it will be challenge, but no need to speak, I think, fluent English. But if you have guts and good gestures, that can be covered all. And so for the impact of this overseas people are coming in, rural areas has changing a lot these days, and I see many foreign people moving into Japan for permanently these days. Get away from Switzerland. Japan is maybe hidden place for not only Switzerland nationals, but from the Europe area. These days, I think it's a gateway, because only 1,650 Swiss nationals live in Japan, and it's very few numbers, and there is many chances, and who are Japanese people are looking for the Swiss cultures involved, and more products from the Swiss, and there is not many. I can see it at this moment. And with those coming in, there is a chance to have a scholarship with the next Swiss-Japan Young Researchers Exchange and Swissnex Osaka Commerce and University Partnerships Alumni Sakura is already going on. And just for the fact that Swissnex Osaka is the newest Swissnex location in the world and opened in 2023 to focus on Asia-Japan innovation. Growth areas, Japan's future bets. Not maybe I don't have to emphasize, but AI and cloud are very much booming at this moment. Google and Amazon, the GAFA, Microsoft, Oracle, and with that, many of the small Japanese companies, emerging companies are like getting so much share in the marketing and the SNS AI at this moment. So if you are interested in this area, you don't need to have a Japanese like a fluent language, but the companies are looking for pure engineering skill, and also robotics, supporting labor shortage and supporting their daily life, especially for the upper senior level people in Japan. Automation, freeing people from repetitive tasks to just feel ease on the creativity side. Biotech, extending healthy lifespan, transforming to healthcare, healthy lifestyle. This is a very good field to get in. And biotech area is Japan has a special university connections, and there is a very well known professors and senior engineers around. So just for searching around the biotech area is exciting. Clean energy. Japan's preach carbon neutral by 2050. Massive demand for talent in solar, wind, hydrogen, and battery tech areas. I heard many demands from the companies now newly setting up their factories for like, for example, Mitsubishi, Hitachi, or those big name companies setting up big solar, wind, hydrogen, like set up team in the northern part of Japan and with the government side. And they are looking for the overseas students, just graduated students, and also high-tech engineers as well. Just for example, I wanted to share the success stories from Swiss nationals. Swiss quantum researcher in Tokyo partnered with leading Japanese electronics firms to develop next generation quantum sensor for medical imaging. That was came up like bit ago, but was a major news and impacted in the industry. IPS cell researcher at Expo Osaka invited to join a Japanese clinical team contributing directly to regenerative medicine project inspired by Nobel well-known person Shinya Yamanaka from Kyoto lab. Also, robotics student with robot operating system expertise. So robot student has developed a future kind of like operating robot system. And internships at Tokyo robotics startup led to a full-time role developing humanoid robots now showcased at the international trade fairs and such. Just for example of the internship potential, one of the software SaaS company called Henge is a company is well invited internships from global. Only English is okay, and they support flights to housing and everything to the top performers. And not only Henge, but maybe big company you know would be Rakuten and Mercari, the e-commerce company, has already offered those internships, free internships with incentives for the top engineering performers. Even if you don't code in their main language, showing your passion and what you have in your mind, like a positive mind, can get you in potentially. And also, who are interested in the IT side, but who doesn't want to involve in the deep engineering role, but still wants to come into Japan, there is a choice. Just for example, like my role, there is an IT recruiting pace as well. And the recruiting industry is very unique in Japan, and top performance, recruiting performers are mostly consist of from foreigners with non-Japanese speaking, only English, and you can survive in this recruiting world. So yeah, and I see few of the Swiss person who is opened up a new recruiting company and very well success having a pace in Japan. So if you didn't know about the recruiting pace in Japan, you should check around. Any job skills can be good for Japan, coming to Japan, but I would like to introduce key skills. Just in general, technical skills for the Python or ROS, ISO, cybersecurity. Those are especially security-related engineering skill with coding with Python is a high demand at this moment. And with those technical skills, communication and problem solving or negotiation skills would be the plus advantage. Japanese companies value the ability to explain the company and text in simple terms. That's a huge asset. And I would say there is a main 4 steps to come into Japan and successfully getting a job. Build skills, build networks, promote yourself in English and Japanese, and gain experience. For example, JETRO, which is a Japanese voluntary organization, now offers a free working space in Tokyo for foreign entrepreneurs and researchers. And this is, I think, a great networking spot. And to wrap up, Switzerland and Japan are two great match for the innovation, and whether as a tech specialist or recruiter or whatever the specialty, there are many opportunities. And Switzerland and Japan are ranked in the two of the global innovation index every year. So why don't you take a first step? Thank you very much.
Hey, thank you very much. You even talked about Swissnex. Thank you very much for that.
Thank you.
So now I would like to give this floor to Dwayne Gleck from Hello X Staff. So he will be sharing about experience with Next Step internship program, which is a program enabled by close collaboration between Movetia and Swissnex in Japan. So Dwayne, whenever you're ready.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yes, we can see your screen now.
Perfect.
Yep, here we
Uh,
go.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for the opportunity to having me participate. Thank you for everybody calling in from Switzerland. My name is Dwayne Greck, and I'm here to talk about building the future of immersion with Swissnex and Next Step, a little of a retrospect from last year. So who am I? I'm a Canadian, but mixed with European parents. I'm a designer turned entrepreneur, and most of all, I'm a mentor. My company and I have been partners with Swissnex for the last several years since moving to Japan. What does that mean in terms of partnerships? We collaborate on events like talks and advocacy groups. We look at how to strengthen the local startup community, as well as helping to build bridges between Japan and Switzerland productively. Apart from being a partner at Swissnex, I'm also the director at a pavilion at the World Expo. I am the pavilion and protocol director, what means I handle operations, strategy, and negotiations and meetings between delegates, VIPs, and government officials with the government of Malta. This also involves exploring arts and technologies as a form of diplomacy, much like how Swissnex does it. But most of all, I am the co-founder and CEO of Hello X Lab. We're an Osaka-based spatial design company, and we've been operating for the last 5 years here in Osaka. We span across the globe from Japan, US, Canada, and Switzerland. So what do? We make digital experiences that solve business and consumer challenges and evoke emotional responses like, wow, really? And, So what is spatial design? Spatial design is inside experiential design. What is that? This is the combination of many different industries and skill sets, from architecture to VR and AR to lighting and tactile design. We're specifically situated in spatial, more specifically inside immersive rooms. Now, why is that exciting? It allows us to be the center of attention. We get to play with sound engineers, architects, environmental designers, interactive developers, and lighting, and even game developers. So this allows us to build an ecosystem and a sandbox to bring in a lot of different people and have fun playing and discovering new things. And so with that, we see spatial design being highly touted through TeamLab, Next Doors, and even Spear Las Vegas. They are creating larger interactive experiences that tell stories, engage people with the message, and allow people to be participants and actors, not just observers. So this allows our company and many others to build out interactive retail experiences, relaxing home and office experiences, engaging airports and hotel experiences. The possibilities are limitless at that point. So what do? All right, I'm going to switch over to a brief little video of what we create and where Swissnex and Next Step has contributed to it. Just give me 1 second here. All right, here we go. So here's a quick video. There is no audio, so you don't need to crank up your speakers. And this is a brief look at what we build. We build real-time interactive worlds using Unreal Engine and other software to create spatial experiences that turn our physical spaces into interactive experiences. In short, it's VR without the headset. So here's a few examples of environments and situations we are exploring or have created to really show that dynamic look and feel that we're exploring. And we're one of a kind, and we're doing that here in Osaka. Ooh. Sorry. Okay, so let's go back to here. All right, so why are we in Japan? Japan offers safety, affordability, inspiration, and a lot of opportunities for young tech companies. But Japan is also challenging because language barrier, both social and business culture, and a lack of innovation because of the business practice and the culture of risk aversion there. So innovators outside of Japan move at a very different pace. They want to make mistakes and they want to learn from that. And that's been a bit of a friction point being a foreign entrepreneur in Japan, but we're working on it, and times are changing for sure. But we pride ourselves being a different kind of Japanese company. We're very unorthodox. We are innovators first, and we embrace diversity as a means to attract really bright minds from across the world, and give them the agency to be owners of the work that they do, contribute holistically, and develop naturally. And so looking back a year, what was it like working at HelloX Lab for our Swiss interns? So I'm now sitting outside of our beautiful co-working space at Quitbridge in the heart of Osaka. As a unique Japanese company, we run on a 4-day work week. We offer flex hours. We are not in a traditional office, but a co-working space. So it allows us the flexibility of sitting where we want, finding inspiration, being dynamic with the type of work that we do, but also gives us an opportunity to meet new people around us. All of our employees are project owners. This is not an internship to staple papers or go get coffee. You are hand selected because of the skill set and experience that you bring, but also the opportunity to learn something new. And so that balance there is great when you have this openness and freedom to go and explore your hidden talents. And of course, with a horizontal hierarchy, we take the pressure out of reporting structure. So there's a level of flexibility and casualness to allow people to be who they are and work at the pace that they want. And of course, working in a co-working space in a startup allows an unlimited amount of networking opportunities, which thankfully with our partnership with Swissnex, there are ample opportunities to meet other Swiss startups, and as well as other foreign startups and Japanese startups locally as well. And so it's great for our interns to grow both their personal and professional network while also exploring Japan culturally. So our first Swiss interns, we were lucky to bring in 5 really talented students from the German and French side. I can't remember all the cantons they're from, so please forgive me. There will not be a quiz at the end of this. But these were the first group to come to a startup and in Osaka. I believe last year we only had 2 companies participating, ours and Kojima, which is a much larger construction company. So the pressure was definitely on myself and my leadership team to present our company well and give a lasting impression to both our interns and the Next Step program. So here's just a quick snapshot of our really awesome interns. And we have Aaron, Florian, Yana, Alex, and Lorraine. Sorry, Larissa. So what were some of the achievements that our new members of our team created while they were here over their 6 months? They helped us build our MVP of our immersive space platform. They helped create the version 1 of our digital controller, which is the key component that connects our immersive content with our server. As well as they were developing a plugin for Unreal Engine designers and developers so they can easily create the most interactive experiences for our platform. And of course, we gave them the opportunity to present at several presentations, both on site and around Osaka. In the images here, we see an example of, we had a visiting trade mission from Malta. There was 23 ministers from education, technology, travel, tourism, and hospitality. We presented both the platform, our connection to the local community, and allowed our interns to speak to their experiences here, how we were able to bridge Europe and Japan. And, you know, all work also needs some leisure time. And so we work hard and we play hard. And so we always try to foster a social moments, you know, with our interns. It's not forced drinking sessions after work, but giving them an opportunity to unwind, bond with each other, learn about the local establishments, and get to the chance just to meet people and, you know, enjoy their time out here. It's not going to be all work, but we want them to have a lasting impression that this could be a place for them to eventually relocate to, which I think is a very important thing. And so post-internship, we've retained contracts with a few of our Swiss interns. We even have them come back to Japan this summer to help us onboard our new interns that came from the US and help us support further growth. Their stories and their experience helps us validate our value to other schools in other countries for their future vocational programs there. This was only possible because of Swissnex taking a chance on us and introducing us to the Next Step program. So we're fortunate as of next week to be welcoming our batch 2, our Swiss interns. We have 3 coming in for 6 months that will help us with our Unreal Engine development, backend and our front end. So we're quickly now working away, making those preparations and looking forward to keeping the momentum going. So that is a little bit about myself, my company, and the value that the Swiss internship program has brought to not only my company, but the local community. So thank you very much for your time, and I'm happy to speak to you more a little later.
Okay, thank you very much. So I think, well, it's already time, but I think we can have 2 or 3 questions. If anyone have any question, this is your time to let us know.
Yes, may I ask a question?
Yeah. Yes, please.
Sorry. Okay, yeah. So I will be a recent graduate from ETH Zurich, and I did my master's thesis in collaboration with Kumamoto University this spring semester in the energy sector. So in the future, I would also be interested to maybe work in Japan as option. And I'm in the phase of, you know, searching for such opportunities that some were already mentioned in this presentation. But for me, it's still a bit difficult to, you know, have a central source maybe of where all these maybe international programs or internship opportunities are. And some you already mentioned, but I'm not sure if maybe you have further tips for somebody searching for such either job opportunities or, I mean, maybe I should just go out. I have tried via, you know, traditional channel like LinkedIn, but also just go over individual firms. I'm not sure if you have like further tips for maybe not just big companies, but maybe some of the how to say SME, which maybe also have demand for foreign workers. Yeah. Thank you.
So maybe Shimpeita
Yeah.
can have some comment.
Yes, I heard your, you know, just a story, and then I, of course, you know, like we, like recruiters always have those new grads opportunity, and the the best way is like you just mentioned, but utilizing the LinkedIn, the very first step is very good. And also, you should just get in touch with a recruiter company like Hayes or Robert Walters or big, those are foreign recruiting firm, and they have a specialized client for new grads, and then I think for the international student as well. And also the one booming sector is the space sector. Space in the, so for example, like just to name company called iSpace or Astroscale, which is a global space technology firm, and now there is a headquarter in Japan and a sub-branch office in America and French and UK as well. Those iSpace are building lunar invention, lunar system in the moon, and Astroscale world's first debris removal companies for the space, and many of the engineers are from overseas, so there is many opportunities. So please explore with recruiters, and also search about those new fields would be the good things to start, I think.
Thank you so much.
No problem.
Okay, the next person, Frederick.
Yeah, thank you. So that's a completely different question. Well, I work at the Zurich University of Teacher Education, so no, not technology. We have a group visiting Japan at the end of September. So I don't know, Felix Moesner, if you are aware of or if you're informed about this visit of our university. So I just want to make connection in case there is still time, because we'll visit this whole group of university professors from especially the field of education. We'll do a tour. And we are already connected to Osaka Kyoiku University, so we don't need to, connect with them through you. But would be nice maybe to arrange even for 1 or 2 persons a short visit to your office and to network here, and also to know more about maybe scholarship opportunities. And we know there is a huge interest, in collaborations already at school level to develop exchanges, build on communication and language competencies on both sides. So would like to support this very much, from early on.
Sorry, will you be traveling with Ralph?
Yes, you are aware of this. Mm-hmm.
Yes, and your delegation, well, your group will be visiting us on 1st of October, so we are looking forward to see you.
So I'm glad to see you there.
Yes.
Thank you. So I just want to make sure that this is on the program. Thank you.
Yes, indeed. Okay, so I think we are come to end, but before we close and everyone going away, I would like to take group picture. If this is okay for you, and this is your time to run away if you don't want to be on picture. Is everyone all right? Okay, then may I ask you to screenshot? Thank you. I'm keep forgetting the screenshot shortcut. So, okay, so yeah, everyone big smile. So, yeah, okay.
Big smile, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, perfect. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. All right, so thank you very much for your participation and have a lovely day ahead. Okay, bye.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you all. Thank you for the presentation.
Okay, thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.